Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Cara. Today on Pagan Crafting, we're going to do something a little different. I just came back from a really cool foraging walk with some other witches, and I came back to my house instantly wanting to change my living room. I've been thinking about it for a while, not quite sure where I'm going to put everything yet, but where I do want my mantle and my TV so I can put more of my plants up by my window. It's going to cover my divination board wall. So I think while I take them down, I'm going to be moving them to somewhere else in my living room. I have to find a home from them all. I am going to go through them all with you, show them off. I've handcrafted and handmade them all. Some of them help me for Reiki, for healing, for chakra therapy, as well as my crystal grids, anything from the charts of our universe to solar, moon, and seasonal charts. And I use them all. Some of them are simple, some of them I just use for reference, but it's great. I just pull them off the wall and use them when I need, put them back up. It's pretty awesome. So I would like to share with you, maybe you might get inspired for some divination boards yourself and different styles. So join me today as I go through my board collection. Welcome to part of my living room. This is a section where I have my couch here, my TV over here. This is my beautiful wall of boards. And spring has hit me, and I feel a need for change. I feel some of my plants here are not getting enough light. And I feel if I move my mantle, my TV around to this wall, I'm going to have more plants available here to have some more light. But my wall here is going to be covered up, which is a shame. So I'm going to take down my boards, and while I do that, I'm going to go over with you what kind of boards I have. Just a little wee tour. Okay, so I thought I'd get you in for a closer look at my boards. I have to do some rearranging in my living room because my ADHD screams I'm bored now of what I look at all the time. So I am going to go take these down one at a time, and I thought as I'm doing that, I'll show you my divination boards. Not just divination, I have solar calendars, I have calendars for the seasons, calendars for the cycles, moon calendars, astrological, our solar system, just some paintings. We'll start off with some paintings. I'll just kind of ease you in. Something cool. I have these two here that we have done on the channel. This is my aura board to find out colors of a person's aura, so before I do any healing on them. And this is our chakra board for I am, I feel, I do, I love, I speak, I see, I know. And it tells if you're balanced or off balanced. So we have those two decks. Now this one tells me different spirit guides. So the first half, if you look at it like just this half, that one's going to tell you what's coming through. If they're male, female, neutral in the first round, how many are coming through. I have 1 through 10, and then we can go higher. I have a yes and no here as well. I also have a relative, friend, guide, or other. Neutral is also binary, two-spirited. Gotta have that nowadays. Some of my older boards I don't have. I just have masculine and feminine. So as I hit them and I show you them, I do apologize. They are older boards. Now this is going to tell you can spell out their name from A to Z, cruising around the top here. Maternal, paternal, subconscious, higher self, animal guide, light being, spirit guide, teacher guide, alien guide, ancestral guide, guardian angel, ascended master, teacher guide, and healer guide. And now if you flip the deck over, you're going to get now into the different, there's 1, 2, and 3 sections of angels. From angel guardians, archangel, principalities or rulers, powers of authority, virtue, right up to cherubim, seraphim, lordships, virtues, powers of authorities, you name it. So depending who you're dowsing for, you might be getting into the first sphere, second sphere, or third sphere. That could be the heavenly realm, galactic realm, or astral realm. Also left a place for yes and no with that one. So this one is your spirit guide pendulum board. So let's look at another board. This one, as you can see, was on a cheese board I got from the dollar store. Would you imagine that? It's a cutting board, cheese board. And this one, I've designed the phases of the moon. Then rocked in some Celtic here, and then named the moon phases. Another one here is with the seasons. I love this one. Let's see here. Starting off with the north, the cleansing. We have the 3, so I have the north. Sorry, a little closer. The north, and then I have the 3 sections. So everything is divided by 4 quarters. So renewal, cleansing, blustery winds, awakening, growing, flowering. And that's getting into springtime, summertime, long days, ripening, harvesting, autumn, fall leaves, frost, and long nights. And then each by day, night, day, night, day, night, to north, south, east, and west. And this one also follows by the directions as well as the elements. And then we get into the sabbats. So these are all the symbols for the sabbats versus Yule, Astora, the summer solstice here, and then Mabon. And of course, getting into everything else with that too. So just a fun little, it's more, I look up and I can reference it really quick. When I was learning as a younger witch, it was just a fun, as I'm writing stuff down, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Candlemas, embolic. This one was actually a sticker that I found, but I decided to like rough it up, burned the edges, and then I drew on just some Celtic and just enjoyed just making some artwork with this one. This is a double-sided crystal grid. I love crystal grids. I'm a crystal healer, and I also have another one on this side as well. These were made with Mod Podge and transferring the image over. And this is another crystal grid that I did and then shellacked. Not as dark as the other ones. This one here we've done on the channel was an Egyptian piece that was for your future, present, and past. And you can ask questions. You can throw down charms on this one as well, depending on where the charms last, how it's going to reflect into your past, present, or future. We did that one with metallic paints. I totally enjoy doing that. This one I drew up and I sketched this out, and then I painted this Celtic piece with the thistle. Again, I just enjoyed the rawness on the board. I wound up not adding anything else to it and just enjoyed it as is. Same as this wee Celtic kitty, the triad, a nice little protector for the home. This is a map of our solar system, our sun. Let you have a look at it first. This was not my original design. I did add things into it. Ooh, it's a little dusty. But we have the sun, and then its counterpart is the Leo. Then we go through the next. We have Mercury, we have Gemini. I believe that's Capricorn or Virgo it's ruled by. Coming into Venus, we have Libra and Taurus. So right beside the symbol of the planet, then I have their astrology symbol that they're ruled by. Earth is just chilling on its own, but then we come into Mars with Aries, and so on, going into Saturn or Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury. I do have Pluto rocked in here, as well as the moon I represented, because Cancer is represented by the moon. And these little circles here are all little moons that are rocked in here. So that's a map of the solar system. Love that one. And this is, oh, for a cheap plastic drum. It sounds pretty good. This came with, would you believe it, with some salmon, some candied salmon. I was like, I need the drum. I also love candied salmon. I have small addictions. Some of them are candied salmon. Now this board, I can't believe I'm actually showing it on YouTube, so I'm not going to show it for very long. I've been holding back doing this video because of this board and the one behind me. I use this board, I'm holding it because it's, when did I make this? I made this for after I took my chakra healing therapist course, and I made this board to help me attune into my clients when I'm doing remote healing. So this board shows me not only yes and no answers, some simple yes and no if I want to douse that. I can work on the yin and the yang of all the chakra points and see if those are out of alignment. I also can see if the ground, feel, strive, love, speak, third eye, and know. And I can be able to find out if your root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown is overactive, balanced, or blocked. So this is actually my original versus my new school, which I totally love. This I've been using more. When I do retreats, I like this one. When it's mobile, remote, I've been enjoying this one. But this one is my baby. This one I channeled and worked on. Now the last board. Those of you who like to know about past lives. This board will tell if you're masculine or feminine in that time, if you're male or female. It will, the next ring tells what continent you were on, from Europe to Australia, Asia, Africa, North or South America. The next one is split in two. It'll tell you if you're a child, elder, or elder. It'll let me know if you were single, married, or widowed, and then it will give me an age range. I have starting from 0 to 7, 9, 8 to 15, and so on, finishing at 85, 95 plus. If it's anything over that, I'll just douse it and find out the age. The next one I'll be able to find out the ring from. It'll start off from the year 2000 and end up to 30,000. Anything more than 30,000, then I just douse that and I'll find that out for you. The next ring is for what you did for a living, whether you're a criminal, a king or queen, a mother, teacher, noble person, trying to say that 3 times fast, or simply if you're a merchant or a housewife, a hunter, maybe you were a landlord or a blacksmith, a scribe, a writer, a builder, a carpenter, a shaman, or a doctor. Maybe you were military or a warrior, mystic or a seer. So it's all on here. And the last ring is how you died. So this is my divination board for past life readings. So those are my decks. My boards that I'm gonna maybe put here now. I have boxes of crystals that have not seen the light of day. And they're crying to be back on a shelf and enjoyed and lit up. And I'm going to design my own shelf for that one with lights. I'm excited. Lots of lights. We're gonna have some, I think I'm gonna get the strip lights. That's what they're called. And those ones I'm gonna put all throughout, the strip lights throughout all the crystal little shelves. I want to show you some shields that I made too. Now this one was for kind of like a family shield for my daughter and myself. Okay, so this here has in runes, I have my last name. And then this says family. This is a wolf that I designed for, and I just had some fun and just made this is October 2020 I made this. God, that's a while now. I have another one here I like to show you. Let's see if I can squeeze here. Let's check this out. This one is a piece that I invoked for protection. The grizzly bear, the female grizzly bear, is also one of my animal totems. So this was to respect and honor her. And this one I've created to invoke protection in my house, to invoke my animal totem to protect me and my home and my child. And for me, it was a lot of artistic magic going into it, a lot of intention when I painted that piece, not knowing until the middle what I was doing with it. And then I rolled with it. And every line, every stroke, everything had an intention. It started to change when I was starting to paint that one, so I enjoyed that. Let me just walk around the camera here, and I'm going to grab one more shield that I painted. this one was originally 2 ravens of Odin, but then I don't know why. I just see a couple, and I see a male and female, and I have my Celtic moon around it that I painted. And it's just love. This is a piece that just screams love for me when I was painting it. It became like something I wish to invest in, so I changed some of the colors and the color scheme and wound up going with the reds and invoked the love and the passion of this 2 coming in here. So just again, just had some fun, just something easy. I bombed it with spray paint and then hand painted birds on. So that was my board collection. Holy smokes. I didn't realize I had so many, and I'm off to make one more. So if you want to join me on the next video, I'm making a pet communication divination board. And I'm telling you, it is really cool. I designed the divination for a PDF, and we're going to transfer that on to a board. And I'm going to tell you a story in the next video on how accurate and how instant we knew this type of divination board works. So join me on the next video for Pet Communication Divination.